We are back for another episode for the Free Parents Ladies Podcast Show.
Woo woo!
So, it was Valentine's Day the other day.
Interesting. What happened?
I mean, look, I don't know about anybody else, but Valentine's Day is a day that I do like to celebrate, but not on Valentine's Day. This is just a tip for all you people who are trying to save money, or you cheapskates out there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it on the day, because there's the roses, there's this. The next day, they go on whoopsie prices and they become cheap because they're trying to get rid of whatever else is there. At the end of the day, if the love is there, the love is there. It doesn't matter what the love don't cost a thing, okay?
No, it does cost a thing. You got to put it that thing. It costs quite a bit. I'm so sorry, but it does. I'm not a gold digger, but it does cost some money. Spend money on your person, yeah, please. Yeah. I beg you.
So I just say, listen, go and get the gift after the fact.
Okay, I agree with that.
Get the gift after the fact because it's cheap. I didn't celebrate Valentine's Day on the day. Me and my special person will be celebrating next week. That is the plan.
The discounted roses.
Yes. I don't care. That is fine by me. So, on that note, I'm not even going to get into Valentine's Day because the way I got ripped for Valentine's Day, the last time that we did a recording for Valentine's Day.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Yes, I ain't even getting into that. I'm going to now talk about, because Valentine's Day is over now, I'm going to talk about self-love. So, that's what we should be doing.
Self-love business, man. People can start touching themselves. Self-love.
If that's what makes you happy, go for it.
Okay, self-love. Go on.
On a serious note, especially those of us, we're all working hard. Majority of us are out here working hard. Even if you're not working hard in the office, if you're trying to work hard and work the system, it's all still a job. It's all still full-time.
Yes.
So my thing is that I don't think people exploit their employee benefits enough. If you're working in a company that offers counselling, like I'm just going to say, my workplace offer counselling. It's independent. It's an independent company.
So they say.
Yeah. But they offer counselling, phone counselling, and then I think maybe 6 face-to-face counselling sessions. And I'm like, you know what? I'm actually going to do it. I work in a job where there's a high level of stress there, I must admit. And I'm been very guilty of not taking time out for myself. So I think I was like, no, I'm going to call them. And I think sometimes it's just good to talk. It's just good to talk to somebody who's outside of yourself, someone who might be able to give you a fresh perspective. Even if you just want to do some housekeeping, if you don't think anything's wrong, but you think, you know what, maybe there's some things I can improve on. There's some routines I can implement in my life that might just actually make my day a lot easier, a lot smoother, whatever. And I just don't think, I feel like we've got, the way we work, we're so hardwired. Like we get up early, we go to work, we stress all day at work. We're working for most of us are not working for ourselves. We're working for someone else, putting money in someone else's pocket, killing ourselves. Even though if the day of your funeral, they'd be there hiring your replacement, they won't give it 2 shits, no disrespect about you. Yeah. So my thing is, if that's how it is, fine. At the end of the day, it's a mutual exchange. You work, you get paid. You have to put that same energy that you're putting into work into yourself. Make sure you're eating right. Make sure you're getting exercise. Like me and New Year Nick were talking about yoga. I'm gonna now start. I've done it in the past, and it does work. It does help. Or if you're that energetic type, maybe it's boxing. I've done both. I've done a bit of boxing to get that aggression out, and a bit of yoga to get that inner peace. I definitely think it's important. So we're all talking about Valentine's Day is about love. I think if you're gonna love anyone, start with loving yourself first.
That's true, because a lot of people are still entering situations, relationships damaged.
Yeah.
Not the right was not damaged, but just not fully aware of who they are.
Yeah.
And what they need. And I've said this like to Snoop a while ago, that a lot of couples, I find, or one person in a couple always expects the other person to make them happy. And then they get really disappointed, and there's a lot of disappointments. And then Valentine's Day comes and you try to make it all rosy, but you can't do that on one day or one situation.
Yeah.
Whereas if you find your own inner peace, your own self-love, you will always have your own life no matter what. You're with a person to share it with, not for that person to fill that hole that's missing. Like no one's going to fill a gap for you. That's what people need to start to realize. You want someone who's going to go through life with you, but first of all you need to sort yourself out.
That is very true.
And think what makes you happy, what interests you, where do you need strength. So you can even tell that partner, I'm not great at this, but I need you to help me with this sort of situation whenever it comes up. And that's it. It's having a best friend, not someone who's going to be like, oh, they have to buy me this, and if they don't buy me this, oh my gosh, my relationship's rubbish, and all of that sort of pressure and all that sort of drama.
I've gone quiet now because boy, they had to buy me something.
But you haven't given that pressure. They don't, in the relationship you are like not talking for 2 weeks, and then breaking up syndromes. Right, we're not going to go that deep. But self-love. And at work, a lot of us have our jobs. They do offer massages, they do offer the gym life or whatever, the unions, all of those kind of things. Tap into it. I still, slightly think someone's recording me, or like they're going to track it back when they go, what's your opinion about the workplace? And they're like, it's anonymous, but it's really not anonymous because they're not my handwriting. But all the other things that they do give you, like your dental care, all those kind of things, look into it. Find out about it. Stop being so naive and only waiting for when you're sick, not just stress sick, but sick, to know what your benefits are, what the HR policy is, because it's there for you for a reason. So we need to be a lot wiser and a lot more better to ourselves going forward. Like you said about the yoga, the fitness classes, and people always put it down about exercise, but it has so many benefits that will see you through to an older age. Lots of older people who are still doing things that some 25-year-olds can't do and living well. So if you want the best for your life, not just obviously money wise, you need to do some self-love, everyone.
Snap.
Self-love. Don't touch yourself. Self-love.
Okay, well, Snoop ain't here, but just because she ain't here, that doesn't mean the world of gossip and celebrity isn't still going on. It's still going on strong with or without her. So we're just going to cover some of that before we get into our Love Island special. I know that's why some of you are on here, but some of you don't give two shits about Love Island. So we've taken that into account. So we're going to do the celeb goss. Now, one of the hot topics that's been going on, I think almost for the past 2 weeks, I think it's been that, has been this Gayle King interview that she did with Lisa Leslie. So Lisa Leslie is another sports star, and she was quite good friends with the late Kobe Bryant. So obviously rest in peace. So obviously, everyone's been doing these Kobe Bryant specials on their TV shows and talking about his legacy and whatnot. And obviously, as you know, he died a tragic death with his daughter and a few of other passengers. Few other passengers that were on the way to a basketball game. Like he really was into like coaching and supporting his 14-year-old. Was she 14? 13-year-old daughter with her basketball career. So I think they were taking a private helicopter, her and a couple of other classmates, and I think a couple of their parents, to an actual game. And obviously, there was a problem with the helicopter, and they all tragically died. So people have been doing all sorts of TV shows, specials about Kobe Bryant and his legacy. So I think is it NBC? Is it NBC that do that the network for one of the networks that Gayle King works for? And Gayle King, Gayle King is the best friend to Oprah Winfrey. Now, we're not going to get too much into Gayle King's background, but this is where you got, this is good. This is where you ride on your best friend's coattail. Well, your best friend is Oprah Winfrey, powerhouse, big money. Come on, mate. If that was my best friend, and I'm still living in a council house or the projects or whatever,
something's not right.
Come on now. Listen. Even if I was best friends with Oprah Winfrey's cousin's mother's pet walker's best friend, I would still be like, come on, Oprah.
Sort it out.
Why? Yeah, come on.
Hook a person out.
Out. So Gayle King is the longtime best friend of Oprah Winfrey. And Oprah Winfrey's done her best friend a solid. And she's gotten Gayle King, Gayle King's a now renowned reporter. She does several interviews. She did that. Everyone knows she's. Listen, a lot of people who didn't know her before know her from the whole R. Kelly interview.
Yeah.
And I have to give it up to Auntie Gayle because the way she sat there when he was going crazy, only a black only a black auntie can, because I know some aunties and they're like, I ain't down for the foolery. Now let me say something. Had it been a white reporter, the body, they would have flailed back. They would have had the bodyguard come in. Gayle King knew, as a black woman, like the black. Listen, black people are dramatic. That is just fact. That's in our DNA. So when he got up and started acting a fool, the way she sat there like,
are you finished?
Yeah, exactly. Unbothered. Like, listen, your audition is finished, my friend. Sit your ass down
and answer my question.
Yeah. So I had to give Auntie Gayle respect. Respect for that. I had to put some respect on her name for that. And to be fair, R. Kelly should have known. Listen, for TV, she's not gonna, she ain't gonna come out of herself for TV.
Especially,
do you get me? She knows that this is just some black foolery going on here.
Right.
So anyway, the network get Gayle King to interview this Lisa woman. Lisa was like, and Kobe had a very, very close relationship, and she was, this interview was basically around his legacy, just asking questions for those who wanted to know Kobe Bryant and the kind of person he was off the court. Do you know what I mean? Maybe on the court, off the court, just those intimate, private, character details that us, the general public, just may not know. So she interviewed her, and guys, interviewers have to be impartial. They have to get, as best as they can, a 360 view of whoever whatever the topic is, whoever the topic's about, So she's asking Lisa, these questions, and obviously majority of it is fluffy. I'm not even going to sit and lie and say I've watched the interview because I haven't. I've got better things to do. I've got a job and things to do. And it's not that I haven't got any sympathy for Kobe Bryant. Anyone that loses their life, it's sad, especially when it's tragic. It's sad, especially when they've still got their years to live, like they're young. It's tragic, but Gayle King's asking the questions. She's asking the hard-hitting questions. And it gets to a question about an alleged rape that, there were allegations brought against Kobe a long time ago, way before this Me Too movement. A victim came out and alleged that Kobe had raped her. Mm-hmm. So we don't know the full details. All we know is that it was settled outside of court.
Right.
So she's asking this Lisa lady, we've talked about Kobe. We've, talked about his, all the accolades, that he's won on the court, he's a father, he's a family man, all the great stuff. Now let's get into like maybe a bit of a darker side, that allegation, do you think it was true? Do you not? What are your thoughts when it comes to these allegations and Kobe Bryant? This is just in a nutshell. This wasn't the exact question. But Lisa said, well, he was my friend. I knew him. And that doesn't sound like his character. At the end of the day, I'm not the victim. I don't know the ins and outs of details of the case. But that to me wasn't my friend. That wasn't the character. That's not, the characteristics of someone that would do that just didn't seem like, like Kobe possessed those kind of characteristics.
Right.
So I don't believe, he was my friend. And I don't believe, that's his in his nature and his character to do. So obviously, as a true reporter does, they ask a follow-up question. So, Gayle King, kind of probed a bit further, and basically as a result of that, people are even saying when she was asking these questions, she kind of slid back into her chair, like it was like these are the kind of questions that she really didn't want to ask. But the network are like, these are the questions that you're going to ask. Do you know what I mean? So you have to. This is a part of your job. You have to. Now, as a result of that, basically, the black community and any of the rest of the Kobe Bryant
fan base,
are like, Gayle King is dead. Gayle King is toast. She's receiving death threats. She's having to walk around with bodyguards. you know, she's in a real tough spot right now. People feel like, especially the black community, people feel like she's a sellout, you know, like she's not black, you know, all of this trash. So I'll set the premise. What are your thoughts?
Right. So first of all, like you said, it is sad when someone loses their life, especially for the young ones that were on the helicopter. So, and I'm a basketball, not an avid fan, but obviously I do like the sport and everything like that, and especially women playing sport. So yeah, it was really sad. And the mum obviously losing two of them on the same day, but obviously all the family members have lost all their relatives as well. The thing with the girl thing, it's a bit hard because obviously she was doing her job. But again, she didn't have to take the interview necessarily. She still wants a bit of the limelight. So I think that's why she decided to take that particular interview. But prior to her interview with Lisa Leslie, there was another reporter, like a white reporter, who had said, oh, you know, we're really sad to hear about, you know, the loss of Kobe Bryant, but what about his alleged rape a few years ago? Yeah, so straight away she even got reprimanded for it. And my thing is that having that happen and then a week or so later you now do your interview and ask the same sort of questions, you were bound to get a backlash because it wasn't long enough to start discussing it. And again, my thing is, as much as we're trying to get a whole point of view of a person's character or a story, what does it do for us to know or to rehash that? Because like people keep saying, you can't ask the dead questions, you know. They did an R. Kelly thing. Obviously he's still here, so they could ask him and they could go deep into whatever he was doing and is doing. With this one, it's like, had he not died, you wouldn't have brought it up again. Maybe later on, then when he died, when in his 70s or 80s or whatever. But it doesn't hold anything for what had happened and what is going on now. It was something that was about 10 years ago. So I'm not saying as obviously as in, oh, he's innocent, you know, My thing is that it doesn't add anything to the fact that this man's lost his life. And you're obviously, he's got fans out there. And obviously for the woman, you know, she's probably like glad for her if it really did happen or whatever. She's like, oh, finally he's dead. But at the same time, it's like, I think Gayle has a sort of like a merit with her station to be like, I'm not asking that question, you know. And what can Lisa really say? Oh yeah, I did think he did it. So what does that prove now? You know, people are still mourning. I think it was a bit too soon. I think that they should have just left it, you know, where it was. I don't think the way she's being treated is fair. But again, because she is of the black community, everyone feels betrayed by it. Because they're like, Gayle, as much as you say you're working for someone, we believe, but being your best friend, you could have been like, I'm not asking that question, or come to it a lot later. So you've almost shot yourself in the foot at the same time as well. Don't get the death threats by all means and have all of that sort of backlash. But you've kind of half put yourself in the position where you think you're untouchable. But best if it was Oprah who asked the same questions, she would have been getting the same sort of feedback at the same time as well.
That's true.
Because the View's gone on spoke about it with like Whoopi and everyone. No one's really gone this deep into it. Fine, it's not an interview, but everyone speaking about it has probably mentioned it, but not really gone into it, because we all know what happened. And even if we didn't, we can Google it. You now went further in to it, and now look what's happened. So,
look,
sorry.
My thing is, I don't think Gayle did anything wrong. Hear me out. I don't think Gayle did anything too wrong. Just like you said, Nick, I think it was just, the whole thing is just too soon. That's it. Had this been done 6 months down the line, nobody would be that bothered. There might be one or two hardcore fans, but it wouldn't have been this deep. It wouldn't have gone, not to the point where you're getting death threats and you're, it's like a Martin Bashir, like when he did the interview with Michael. It's like of a similar, you know, like that's kind of backlash she's getting. And then you're getting Auntie Oprah getting upset about the whole thing. Now, look, I don't even really want to get started on Oprah. I used to like Oprah until the whole, she did that, what is it, Finding Neverland or Back to Neverland interview with those two guys who accused Michael. We're not going to do it. This episode is not to talk about Michael Jackson and the sex allegations. We're not doing that right now. My issue is that this woman was all pally, all best friends with Michael. So for me, I feel like, so was the friendship of a fake, you know, false then, because you were still friends with him after these allegations. So I don't understand how now you're now going to do this interview with these two guys. It just didn't make sense to me. That was it. It didn't make sense, and she didn't have to do it. And from then, I just don't have any respect for Oprah. That was it. It's nothing to do. It's the fact that was your friend. Like, yes, I know you're a journalist. You know, like, I know you've got this TV personality. You've got to cover this. You've got to cover that. But it was almost as if, huh? You know, that's like my friend going out. I'm dead now, and they're going out and doing some stupid interview with maybe one of my ex-employers about how dreadful of a person I was.
Exactly.
What?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, we get the fact that it's jobs, and this is one thing about journalism because I studied it. But my thing is that at the end of the day, Gayle, Oprah, a lot of people who have established jobs, contacts, they're not fresh out of uni or whatever, trying to get that big exclusive.
Yeah.
You can afford to turn things down. That's
true.
what's really annoying, because whether you're a friend or not, or you must have some sort of personal moral code.
Yes.
And
yes.
So you're showing me that you don't have that, a personal moral code, and you wasn't really friends, like you said, because at the end of the day, there has to be a time where you go, I'm actually not going to do that job.
Yeah.
But we watched it on Gabrielle Union's show, Being Mary Jane, where they had always arguments about what to ask people about friendships, all that kind of stuff. But it's actually in real life as well. You're dealing with real people right now. Like you said, she was friends with Michael. Yeah. All right, you're not friends with Kobe Bryant, but he's a man of the community. You didn't have to do that interview. It didn't change anything. If you didn't ask that question, it wouldn't be like, oh, Gayle King, It would last for like 5 seconds. The main focus was Kobe. So no one doing that interview would have really platformed themselves unless they were unknown.
Yeah.
Because of who he was.
Yeah.
So pick and choose now wisely a bit, people. Like, you guys are old enough now to think about it. Kobe Bryant is bigger than me. So no matter what, me interviewing, unless I uncover something, I'm not going to get some new accolades. I'm not going to get a new award for doing that interview at the end, especially unless you're not even interviewing the wife, you're interviewing a friend.
Yeah, that's
true. It's not even
true.
a friend like who played on the court. It was no offense to Lisa, but it wasn't like LeBron James or any of them, or his nephew or anything like that. So you didn't have to do that, the interview. Same with Oprah. You didn't have to interview those boys. It could have been someone who's trying to get their name out there or whatever. You could have just stayed on the sideline, still getting your cash in from every other avenue. It's selfishness, and it's showing that you guys have no deep, like, inner core of beliefs or respect or anything. And as journalists, no matter what, you still need to have something that you stand by.
Snap.
And you don't, as a person or as a journalist. Ooh. Unfortunately, I'm just saying that. And if you come to England trying to sue me, you won't get nothing because I ain't got no money. So that's your business. That's what I'm going to say on that one.
So I just want to ask quickly, because you watched the interview with Oprah. Who do you know who interviewed her?
Or who interviewed who?
Oprah.
Oh, Oprah. I didn't really know who the person was who interviewed her, but she's just saying, I've spoken to Gayle. She hasn't slept in days. And I think the one was kind of like, well, I'm sure the family also hasn't slept in days. I mean, she's just like, it's just really unfortunate because it's heartbreaking. Like, she's really heartbroken. She didn't mean any harm by it. And obviously, Oprah being her best friend was just like, it's hard because it's like, we talk every day. Yeah. So Oprah was crying, and I get it. I 100% get it. If your friends, going through pain, you're going to feel it. And she probably feels part responsible as well, because she might have hooked it up. But my thing is that, Oprah, you're still a woman. Especially if you're still a woman. You're not untouchable. Yeah. So you can't now plead on her behalf and everyone's going to go, oh, okay. Yeah. The damage has been done, really unfortunately. But people are really mourning this. Like, the wife took how many days before she even put a post up saying about how she felt, The family members also, like, there's one family, I think it's a dad and the kids are at home. The mum was on the helicopter. So he's like, I've lost my wife and the mother of my children. Yeah. It's deep. Like, you didn't need to go there right now. And you saying Gayle's upset, it's not going to do anything for people who've lost their family members, for children who've lost their mum and their dad. For another player on the helicopter, her mum and dad were with her, so the siblings left. One girl's left. And like her older brother, who's a half brother or a step brother, is left because the mum and dad and the sister were on the helicopter. So everyone's going through things. And then obviously Kobe Bryant's wife has now said, can we do a GoFund to raise money for those families who've now,
of course. Do
you get what I'm trying to say? So if you're crying, girl, sorry, but you're at the bottom of the list right now of everyone else who the helicopter, the pilot obviously was a trusted friend. His long-time girlfriend and the stepson, because he wasn't even his biological son, are also mourning the death of the man who's raised him and claimed him as his own. So, girl, no. Sorry. And Oprah as well. No. Stick to your TV shows. I appreciate what Oprah's done for the world, but you're not God. So
That's
I don't
true.
care if you cry on her behalf. Sorry. Sorry. People have lost their family members. That's the main thing. And what you asked had nothing to do with his legacy in terms of what he did for the game, what he did for his family, and how everyone else is feeling. And that's my main thing. Like, stop always giving us the news about, oh, but allegedly he did this and it has no merit to what has happened. Yeah, I don't need to know about it. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Auntie Nick has spoken.
Moving on.
Moving on. Okay, so we're also gonna quickly touch on. Okay, so we all know, is it the Sonic movie?
Yeah.
Is it out now?
Yes.
Right, Sonic movie is out now. Quickly speaking of films, I saw Bad Boys. I don't even know if it's still in the cinema right now. It is a really good film. Like, very, very entertaining, very funny. Martin Lawrence looks old as F. But Will still looks good. All Martin Lawrence needs to do is go hit the gym, because his belly was protruding out of that cinema screen.
He's a dad for real, boy.
Yeah, but it was a really good film. It's funny, and they've set up the premise for another one.
Really?
So, yeah, just to let you guys know that. But it was actually very good, very, very funny, very, very humorous. So
Good.
check it out if you get a chance. So Sonic, back to Sonic. Sonic's out. I don't know if I'll be watching that. Jim Carrey plays Dr. Robotnik, which I think is a very good fit. So, people have been a little bit up in arms because he was interviewed recently by a journalist who said, you have done everything. You've had an amazing career. Think about it, from In Living Colour to where he is now.
Yeah.
He's had an amazing career. What else? Is there anything else on his bucket list of things to do? And he said, just you.
Woo woo!
So people are up in arms and saying
Woo,
that, especially in light of the Me Too movement and things like that. Yep, yes, we are in this world.
My eyes are rolling right now.
Yeah, he shouldn't have said that. It was inappropriate for him to say that. He shouldn't have. It's a joke.
It's banter.
First and foremost, Jim Carrey is a comedian. He is a comedian. He is a comedian turned actor. No disrespect. She didn't seem like she was like, oh wow, and he was like, just soak it in, It was a joke. He didn't touch her. He wasn't even that close to her. It was a joke. It was a light-hearted joke. She shouldn't now go. The woman's not now gone on social media and said, I want to now sue him. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna resurrect Johnny Cochran from the dead and get him to represent me. No, she hasn't said anything. She's not got a problem with it. Why is anyone else? I don't understand where we come from, this culture where everyone can have a problem with something that the person it directly affects doesn't have a problem. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? What she's over the age of consent. So it's not a child here, who doesn't have the right to, is not in a position to give consent. What is the problem?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We are just in this culture right now of everyone's got to find fault. Everyone's got to find a problem.
Make everything an issue.
Yeah.
Like, get
Shut
a
the
life.
fuck up.
Honestly.
No
disrespect, because at the end of the day, she had said it to him. Like, if that was like Channing Tatum, and she'd have been like, oh, Channing, just to say, you in magic. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's a comment.
Yeah.
And like you said, unless she was really offended, let it go. He'll walk out of the interview and be like, I've got another one. Yeah. I've got another one. Yeah. Who was she?
Yeah.
Do you understand? I get that it could be a bit uncomfortable, especially if she's not even like that. And she's playing my pop out and she's like, oh, gosh, I'm a bit flustered right now. Yeah. But I'm sure she's even had some of her male friends even say things like that to her. In past, has she gone and been offended about that and gone, that was really inappropriate? Maybe she did, but maybe she didn't. And maybe she just moved on with her life and kept it going. Like, honestly, Me Too, fantastic movement. But you're now defacing it by every little thing. Yep. Yeah, people. Grow up.
Auntie Nick has spoken, mic drop. Exactly. I just thought it was ridiculous. I just thought this is not news. This is not something. There's bigger things going on in the world. I mean, come on, let's check Donald Trump's tweets. What's he tweeting about these days?
Do you understand? And that's what I was saying the other day to my mum. I was like, people like to make the little things an issue. And they've done this for years. Yeah. And then the big problems of the world, the big criminal activities of the world, you're strum about. Yeah. You're quiet about. Yep. You ain't got a comment. You ain't got a clue. But the little things, you'll be there going in deep and petition. Sort your life out.
It's true.
Read the book.
It's true. People just get, and this is me. I don't care what anybody says. If I'm having a conversation with somebody, as long as it's not about religion. Do you know what I mean? As long as it's not about, if I'm having a direct conversation with somebody else and it's nothing to do with anybody else other than me and them, what is it your problem? What is it your business? That's it. If I say, you're right, babes, I fancy you today. What, should you get offended because I didn't say I fancy you today? What is it your business? People, too many people. Me, I don't concern myself with things that ain't my business. If you're not talking to me, then you're not talking to me. That's it. If you're not talking to me, you're not talking to me. I mind my own business. I don't get offended about things that directly affected me, my family, or my friends, my community. Do you know what I mean? Or my religion. If it's outside that, if you're having a private conversation with somebody else and you fancy that person, why am I getting offended because that person don't fancy me? That person's not talking to me and paying me attention. Get F in life. I want people. Jim Carrey, don't change. That's what I say. Don't change. Because I know I wouldn't change. Someone told me that I ain't changing. I'm going to be me. That's it. You don't like it, close your ears.
Yeah, just leave people be. Like,
you know?
When necessary, just leave people be.
Sake.
Like, it's like your own movement. Get
you
a
know?
life movement.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Hashtag get a life movement. Come on. Okay. So the next thing is Gabrielle Union's stepchild.
Yeah.
So I heard about this. I'm just like, okay, you know, live and let live. Guys, that's what I don't really see this as news. Maybe because it's Gabrielle Union's stepchild that it's, you know, that it's made
headline.
Yeah, headline, because people have been doing this and no one's, you know, I don't see what the big deal is. So one of Dwayne Robson's got sons, hasn't he? He's got a whole bunch of sons. And now one of his sons, who's 12 years old, is now identifying as female. And I think is technically, I don't know if they've changed what identity.
Not apparently, yeah. I think not so much that physically yet, but obviously they're going to be making ways to do it legally and all of that to say that he's now a girl. Mm-hmm. And if she's got a name, he's got a name now, Zaya. So there's been a bit of backlash to Dwayne Wade because they're like, he's too young for that. A lot of celebrities, but he's kind of like, that's my son. I can do whatever I want. He should be free to do whatever he wants. And obviously, talking about children is never a great thing. Yeah. But of late, is that the age has got a bit younger, and I think everyone's just a bit concerned, generally speaking, that how, you know, it's okay for them to say that they want to do that when they barely know who they are just yet, apparently. Yeah. So it's made the headlines. You know, they've supported her for making this choice. Yeah. And I guess the world just needs to kind of jump on the same bandwagon.
Yeah. Like I said, we're not here to agree, disagree. I don't have any too much information on the whole situation, and it's not my child, it's not me. So if they're comfortable with it, if he, her, sorry, because obviously we don't know, you know, I don't know what pronoun to use right now, but if she is happy with that change or with that choice, fine. I just like you, Nick, I am concerned about the age, 12. I'm not trying to say, you know, 12, you're coming into your formative years. You don't, you know, I would be skeptical about if that's what she would like to be identified as. I think in terms of making the whole transition and stuff like that is probably something that they should consider a little bit later. I'm not trying to say outside of puberty, but a little bit later, just because I know people are sitting there saying, oh, the earlier you get to know yourself, the better. But you know yourself, no disrespect, a lot of people know themselves through experiences, through, you know, like there's certain things you go through and you learn, you learn a lot more things about yourself by being tested, by being challenged. At 12, there's going to be very little tests and challenges for you to realize a lot of things about yourself. I'm not trying to say that, you know, even though I didn't identify as being gay at 12, I didn't like boys. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't into boys. I was just into, well, I'm going to school, I'm into doing my hair. I wasn't into anybody or any, you know, so I couldn't tell, you know, and, you know, at that particular age, I wasn't necessarily really girly either at that point. I was just like, okay, I'm just.
Whereas I was really sporty and I was just like, I'm a tomboy. I like playing with the boys rather than the girls because they're all a bit too girly for me. And I want to do all my sports. So had I had money, I'd be like, well, I must just be a boy then, innit? Really, I don't really want the breasts. I just want to play sports and stuff like that. Would that be the right decision? Like, no, because I'm like, I've got older now. I'm just like, I can still do it and still live my life and get on with whatever I want to get on with. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I need a boyfriend or I need a girlfriend or anything. It was just, this is what I'm interested in. Yeah, this is what I want to do, and that's what I feel like childhood should be a bit more about. Yeah, rather than what you feel like sexually or humanly, I don't even know what the right word is, about how you feel in terms of like I'm in the wrong body. But again, it's something I've never experienced. Yeah, that sort of essence. I just knew what I wanted to do, and I was going to do it regardless of if I was a girl or a boy or whatever. It was just like, fine, the boys are playing football, I'm going to have to go and play football now, aren't I, and be the only girl. Or I want to go and do this. Not so much that, oh, you know, maybe I should just, you know, I'm in the wrong body, I should have really been born a boy. No, I'm a girl who likes the same things. Yeah,
I just don't think that we're in a position to really
know what it's like.
Yeah, or say what's right, what's wrong. If they're the family and she's all right with it, good luck to them. I don't really see why a public service announcement needs to be made about. I just feel like there's too much of this, you know, coming out with certain things. Just get on and live your life like
behind closed doors.
Like the other day, not even behind closed doors. Just live your life. Like I don't. You know, like the other day, people were talking about Philip Schofield, you know, with him coming out as gay. And no disrespect, people.
Everyone knew.
I just looked like, oh, sorry, was that you know, like it's not that I knew, but it wasn't something that made me feel, oh my God, like, you know, if Channing Tatum, for example, said, I'm gay, I'd be like, what? What?
I'm about to take a whole day out for that one, but I'll be on my sofa.
Yeah, I might have to call in sick, you know, I'd be like, what? You know, but, you know, for me, I just thought, well, all this coming out business, I'm not trying to say, I'm not the authority on nothing, but no one comes out as straight. No one comes out. I feel like if you're going to come out, you come out to your family. Do you know what I mean? Because maybe especially if like they're religious or, you know, but I just don't feel like, I just felt like, why do we, like, I don't care. Like, basically, that's basically what it is. I just don't care. Live your life. Get on with your life.
The sexual preferences things, I think it's just giving it a bit too much weight now. I know there's a lot of violence for people in terms of getting attacked for who they choose to be with. And that's part of the reason. Because I was watching this on Black Chat the other night. And they had a female who's now identified herself as a male. And she goes, there's a lot of backlash. She just wants to live her life, basically, with this choice. So she should just be free to do it. But a lot of people still get attacked inside the street, attacked in clubs, whatever, by people who just think is their right to do that, which it isn't. But my thing is that why is there so much attention to who people date? Like you said, no one comes out straight. So if we see a normal couple walking down the street, not to say normal, if you see a boy and a girl walking down the street holding hands, we're not going to go, oh my gosh, like that's who they are. We don't even know who they are. We don't even know their names. We just see it. Care. Same thing with the gays and whoever. You're doing your thing. As long as I don't see couples, I'm fine with my life. Like, I don't need to see it because it's nothing to do with me. I don't know who you are, blah, 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 blah. Why they're giving so much platform is beyond me. That's what I'm going to say. Because those kind of things happen in privacy, not so much in public. And that's also for male and female. I don't want to see you kissing on the street. I don't want to see you giving each other love bites on the street. I don't want to see it. Like, it's not necessary. Behind closed doors, thank you very much.
See, I'm different to that. I don't care. If you're kissing up in the street, that's your business. I'll just be about my business. Whatever you want to do is what. I'm not the biggest fan of PDA. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. I'm not the biggest fan of PDA, but I have been in certain situations where without, anyway, my mum don't listen to this. So, you know, sometimes, no, I'm not trying to say I'm all like, you know, tonguing someone down and stuff like that. I will be giving little pecks and things like that. Like, I've noticed that I'm somebody who can be quite touchy-feely, even in public. But I'm not going to be snogging the person down. I don't want to be... No, but I don't want to be touched up in the street. Like, you know, that kind of thing. I'm like, I don't want to be touched up in the street, and I don't touch up anybody in the street. Do you know what I mean? But I don't mind there being a bit of affection. I just, people just mind your business. That's it. Okay, let's move on from this topic because I'm done. So what was the last one? Or was that
Love Island?
Oh, okay. So, right, okay. Love Island.
Oh,
Hey,
what
okay.
a week. Hey.
I know we've got one more week left to Love Island. Sorry, guys. I know it's been again. I should have apologized in the beginning. It's been a long time since we've come with a Love Island recap, which is my fault. You know, some people be going on holidays with their men.
So she ain't coming out no corona.
Oh hell no, no
Okay,
corona. So Love Island. So now we're getting into the final week of Love Island. Let's just do a quick recap. So we know they did. I'm sure we did. We might have talked about it. The whole recoupling. Maybe we didn't. They did the whole recoupling. Casa Amor happened, and Casa Amor is always the biggest test of the Love Island show. So Shauna's man came back with another girl. To be fair, I don't rate Callum. To be fair, him and that new girl is with a new girl called Molly. Boring as hell.
They always are.
Yeah, boring as hell. Luke Bieber came back with another girl, Natalia, who clearly just used him to get into the main villa.
Right.
Because literally the next day she was like, I am not feeling you.
Rude.
So, yeah, which was ridiculous. Then you got Luke Eubank. That's Black Luke. Is back still on Shanice. Yeah, he's still on Shanice because nobody in Casa Amor was interested in him. That's what I personally think. But they're probably the kind of the cutest, I guess, couple in the villa. Paige, what's his name? Finn came back for Paige. Me personally, I just feel like Finn is too good for Paige. Paige is too high maintenance. She's always got a problem. And for me, it's even more irritated. I find what she says even more irritating because of her accent as well. That's it. I've got nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with, like the Scottish accent. But when she's going into one with that accent, I find it highly annoying. So I feel like they are definitely going to be a couple that doesn't work on the outside. But now they're an official couple.
Yeah.
Luke, is it Luke B? Luke T. Yeah, Luke T, the Black Luke. And Shanice now are an official couple. Yesterday's episode, he did a really sweet thing by giving all the islanders messages to give her. And, then the final destination, basically they gave her the message and the message told her to go to another part of the villa and stuff. And then anyway, so she agreed to be his girlfriend. Yeah. And I thought, okay, cool. That's another one whose accent gets on my nerves. But that's just by the by. Then who we got left? So now we've got Demi. Demi was interested in Luke M. Like Shanice kind of hooked those two up. But then a new boy came into the house for really probably more so for Shauna, a guy called Jamie, who's really good looking.
Yeah.
Jamie came in and showed interest in Shauna, Demi, and the new girl, Natalia. Mm-hmm. So Demi's been quite focused on Luke Bieber, but also wanting to get to know Jamie. But she's been kissing up and hugging up on Luke M, and that's kind of been causing confusion. Then kind of out of nowhere, Shauna said that she feels that she's got feelings for Luke M. Mm-hmm. So, so that was a bit messy. Then they had a show where they did the headlines, where they do these tweets and headlines that have come up. So that kind of rocked the villa a bit. Mike, my good friend, Big Mike, who nobody seems to like, Black Mike, he's been with Priscilla, and basically there was a headline saying about how basically Mike has been with how many girls, and he's basically kind of insinuated that I guess maybe he's just using people to stay in the game. Yeah. And Priscilla was kind of upset about it, and I just felt like she had no merit to be sad about it. You watched the whole show the whole time, so you knew what you were getting. That's it. My thing is, I actually feel like Mike has been probably playing a game from the beginning, but it's a game show. So he was with one girl from the start. She dumped him. What's he supposed to do? He just moved on to the next chick. That was it, and people just didn't like him. And but the best phrase that's come out of that show that I actually love is, they're like, he's moving mad. I just love that. I'm like, oh, when I see someone doing something bad, I'm like, boy, they're moving mad. So they're sitting there saying he's moving mad, and she was all getting upset, and I'm like, what are you getting upset for? Then they came up with some phony headline about how Finn's head was turned in Casa Amor.
With Callum and Naz.
Yeah, and his head was not turned. He didn't approach any other girl. And as usual, Paige was going crazy. And I feel like if you're a paranoid bitch, why are you going on that show? And you can watch the show back later on as well. Before you start going mad, you should watch the show back later on, and then you can go mad.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyway, again, he had to calm her down. Molly was upset because it said Callum is set to cheat on Molly. You know, and Molly's like, when you say you're set to cheat, where did they get that from? Have you said something to them, like made comments to the boys like that's something you intend to do, or you know? And he's like, no, you know, I'm all in with you. You know, I know when I want someone, I want someone. How do you know? You ain't been in a relationship.
That's what she said as well.
Anyway, yep. So just some pure nonsense going on with the headlines. Anyway, kind of long story short. So you know, what's her name? The twin, Jess, is still with Ched. They're going fine, boring as hell. Don't really know anything that much else that's going on with them. So we get to last night. So last night there was recoupling. Again, the boys get to choose. So we all know all the couples that I've just said all stay together. So it was basically up to Luke M. So Luke Bieber to decide between
Demi. So who did Jamie pick?
Jamie picked Natalia because Natalia's been on his. You know, people are sitting there saying that Natalia will get with coronavirus if it means staying in the house.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that one I was just like whatever. You know, she until something shiny comes in. That girl just want to get to the final, but you'll never ever win, honey.
And then Sean apparently also told Jamie that she wasn't really interested in him.
Yeah, she did.
Stupid, but go on.
Yeah, but I don't think he was going to pick her anyway because she wasn't really doing
chatting
the graft.
to him. Yeah, like Natalia was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Luke then had to decide between Shauna and Demi, and rightly so, he picked Demi because really Shauna kind of stated her case too late in the game. Do you know he'd already been cultivating a relationship with Demi, kissing up on Demi. And then Shauna comes and throws a spanner in the works out of nowhere. So Shauna went. Now, the thing is, Shauna, whether you liked her or not, she was almost like the life and soul of the
villa. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like she would provide the entertainment.
100%.
Yeah. Even though sometimes I didn't like the way she went on sometimes. I did like her. She's probably was my favourite character on the show. You know, now my favourite's Mike. But anyway, that's just because a lot of people don't like Mike. And I'm like, stop hating on him, okay? Stop hating on him. So, you know... Yeah, so basically, you know, she's gone now, and really, since she's been gone, I know it's only been one episode, but I feel like it's been boring. Like since she's been gone, I'm like, nah, I don't really have any comments. So maybe it's a good thing that this is just
the last
week. Yeah, so that was basically, in a nutshell, the Love Island, you know, rundown. You know,
who's gonna get the prize for the best couple?
Ooh. I think since we're doing like predictions, I honestly believe let's do predictions again. I guess as to who's going to win, who's going to make it on the outside, and who's really going to crash and burn on the outside. So I personally believe that Shanice and Luke T are going to win. That's basically what I think. Paige is too annoying. I think her and
Finn
are going to be the first proper couple to break up. I'm not even going to give Shanice, and I'm not even going to give Natalia and Jamie the light of day with this because I think they're going to take 2 steps out of the villa, and before they even leave South Africa, they'll be done. So that I don't even see. I honestly believe Paige and Finn will make it to Heathrow Airport. Do you know what I mean? Intact, but I think at least within a month they'll be done. That's really what I think. They'll be done. I think who are the other ones? Mike and Priscilla, I definitely think they will last a little bit longer. I still don't think it'll be a genuine couple. I think they'll do all the magazine covers, all of the, you know, like all of those kind of type things. And then once the publicity and everything dies down,
so will they?
Yep, Mike will be like, okay, it's time for me to see what last of the tail I can get off the back of this, you know, Love Island coattail. So I think he'll do it for the, you know, for the press and for the, we're together, da-da-da. But I think he's got bigger plans to, you know, to move on and just to get Gayle off the fact of being a celebrity star. That's what a reality star. That's what I think. Who else is left? Demi and Luke M. Demi's a sweet girl. I just don't know. I don't know if it's gonna last. I don't really see it either.
And he might get more attention again, being out.
And being Bieber.
And being nice.
Yeah.
He seems like a nice guy.
Yep. So Ched and Jess. I think he won't be able to tell the difference between the other twin. And he'll probably end up maybe kissing her. And not even on purpose. Like, I just believe they're one in the same. I just think it's just for a good time. I don't think there's any malice. I just think those two are together for a good time, and it won't last on the outside.
Callum and Molly.
Next, just joking. Callum and Molly, they both live in Manchester. I just think that Callum is not emotionally mature enough for anyone right now. That's genuinely how I feel. I think she'll kick him to the curb quick. And I think once all the tail comes as well, he'll be doing his own thing and cheating on her. That's what I definitely think. And she'll kick him to the curb.
Well, let's see if you were right in a week's time.
Yes, but I definitely think Luke
and
T
Shanice.
and Shanice.
I've gone to like Shanice a little bit more now. I think the last few episodes she's a bit more real, so she might have to take over Shauna's kind of realness in a way.
I think people are rooting for them too. I just can't stand her accent. That, no disrespect, I don't want to upset anyone. That people with a Bristol accent, they just sound like they work on a farm. They don't go to. They've never been to school. You know, they just about know their ABCs and they're just dumb.
Yeah.
That's just. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to say that's how they are, but that's just what I think when I hear that accent. Sorry.
But yeah, she's definitely been stepping it up a bit, I think. And I like her facial expressions been making me laugh.
God, they're
and
just
I haven't
crazy.
About facial expressions, so yeah, she makes me laugh.
Totally crazy.
But I do like Finn as well, so it'll be a shame.
I like
But
Finn.
Paige, I get the public are kind of 50-50 with her at the moment.
She's
So
irritating.
So yeah.
Whew, that was a long. Okay, we did well. That was a long episode, but we're
Hope
done.
you enjoy.
Yeah, we're done. We're sorry for the you know, we'll try and keep it. We're trying our best to do to keep it regular and stuff. If you've got any suggestions, you know the drill. You can reach out to us on Instagram, Podbean. We're on there. Leave your comments. We're on SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook. We're everywhere. We're there. You can email us at freepms.ladies@gmail.com. I'm your girl Queen P.
I'm Nick.
Goodbye.